Hey everybody, I'm super excited to share with you today's training. We're going to talk about unlocking your 6 and 7 figure success with pricing, selling, and automating your coaching. This is definitely something that I am super passionate about because I know how life-changing it can be. I know how much it can help you have a lot of success in your business. And so if you're a coach, if you're a seminar leader, if you're a speaker and you want to sell coaching on the back end, if you are passionate about what you do, and you want to have the resources to help a lot of people, then this is definitely going to be for you. You want to, if you're not driving, if you're able to, you want to go ahead and take some notes because I'm going to be briefly sharing with you some very amazing high-level things. So very first thing is, hi, my name is Ilean Harris. I have worked with coaching clients in over 20 countries and I've grown my email list to over 100,000 email subscribers. I've built 6 and 7 figure businesses. I have helped my coaching clients also build 6 and 7 figure businesses. And so I'm super excited to share with you exactly what's working. And so enough about me, let's focus on you. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people making is that they are just not sure how it is that they can price their coaching packages. They're just not sure if they should charge per hour, what their hourly rate should be, how much they should charge. And so if you've ever struggled with this, you're not alone. If perhaps one of your clients is struggling with this, you're not alone. And this is a really big deal because your pricing says a lot about you. I know that we spend a lot of time on our websites. I mean, if you go to my blog, there's hundreds of blog posts there. I've clearly put time into it. There's sales pages, there's logos, there's photo shoots I've done. But the truth is, that's not what my coaching clients needed first from me. And so when you do not price yourself accordingly, you can really kill your business before it even gets going. When your pricing is correct, you are identifying your value. Your pricing also identifies your expertise, how good you are. Your pricing also represents exactly how you help people, how fast you can help people get results, and so much more. So I'll give it to you in a different perspective so that we're not all here arguing about coaching prices and things like that. And by the way, what I have on the screen is a general example, okay? This is a general example to illustrate a point. Your pricing may be based on your experience and the speed at which people get results, maybe be half this much, or your pricing may be 100 times as much. You know, this is just to illustrate to you exactly how it needs to go. And so I was in Paris once, and this gentleman opened his jacket, and inside his jacket were tons of watches, okay? He was selling watches, and then of course immediately he told me that he could hook me up with a Rolex, and it was about 20 euro. Now, I am familiar with watches because my husband's obsessed with watches. He loves watches, and so therefore in our home we have a little watch collection going, and I'm blessed enough to own a Rolex myself. So I don't know how familiar you are with the brand Rolex, but I promise you they are not 20 euros. So without inspecting the watch, without examining it, without checking to see if it was certified, if it was real, the price alone told me that was not a Rolex. The price alone told me that that was not what I was looking for. And so, you know what I did? I kept going, I kept walking. That man did not make the sale. And it made me think later on, how many people are doing this with their coaching business? How many people are saying to themselves, oh, it's the economy, or my client will see the value, or I'm just gonna do this in the beginning, and after I have a ton of testimonials, then I'm gonna go ahead and, charge my worth. And so I'm here to tell you right here, right now, your price is doing a lot of marketing for you, whether we like it to or not. If you are not priced correctly, you're going to spook away clients, you're going to talk yourself out of a sale, and this whole time you think you're doing people a big old service by charging a lot less, but the reality is that, guess what? You talked yourself out of the sale. And so it's extremely important for you to realize, hey, you've got to price yourself. So here I just got a simple example. All right, let's say you create a package for $19.97. Again, this is illustrative. Your package may be better off being 10 times more or half as much. This is just to give you a general idea. you have a package. That package will include a certain amount of sessions, all right? And the reason it includes a certain amount of sessions is because people don't know what they don't know. How is your client, without your expertise, supposed to know how many coaching sessions they need? So when you do one-off sessions, you're misrepresenting your services as sort of like miracle worker, magic wand, you know, spontaneous combustion of results. And typically, you need multiple sessions to get to know each other, for trial and error, for accountability, right? That's what a coach does. A coach holds you accountable. A coach that only has one session with somebody doesn't even get a chance to hold people accountable, to show them what's going on. And so you need to think about the specific result that you offer and then decide how many sessions you need, all right? That's it. It's that simple. Perhaps your package is $19.97 and maybe it has 3 sessions, maybe it has 6 sessions. It doesn't matter, but you're the expert. You're the one who's great at what you do. And when your clients see, wow, this lady boss has created a container for me to succeed in. This person has created just an opportunity for me to win. They're going to see the value way before they see the price. They're going to see the transformation before they get bogged down by the information. They're going to be excited to learn more because perhaps you can help them earn more. And so I encourage you, if you haven't done this already, it might be scary, then go ahead and still do it anyways, all right? Because look at this example. Again, it's illustrative. This will vary based on your niche, your industry, your level of experience, not just how good you are to get results for yourself, but your ability to help others get results, right? So there's a lot of coaches out there, they're good at crushing it in their own business, but they're still developing the skills of bringing that out of other people. All that goes into your pricing. But let's just say, for the sake of example, that we can round this up to about 2,000 and you work with about 5 to 6 clients a month. So you're saying 1 to 2 people join your program. This can be a group program, this can be one-on-one, those are just details. And you're making over 6 figures a year. 6 figures a year. Do you need to do a little bit more work? Sure, you can work between clients. You can, go ahead and put yourself out there. You can spend time on marketing, but you're not burning out, are you? You're not burning the midnight candle, and you're helping tons and tons of people. Yes, we've got Lady Boss here in the comments. She says, learn more so they can earn more, show the value. Absolutely. And Adrienne Townsend Benton, she herself has tons of value. You want to make sure that you're following her because she is an absolute rock star. But the idea is, if you want a 6 and 7 figure business, you're going to help people get results. And you know how you get people results? By creating a container for them. You know the steps. How am I supposed to know, if I'm training for a half marathon, how many sessions I need with my personal trainer, or how often? How am I supposed to know how much contact I need to have with this trainer between sessions to hold accountability for myself and for other people that are also getting the training, right? And so this right here, more than a logo, more than a website, more than anything else, is going to help you close a lot of business. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you get this done. So very, very briefly, right? So I'm actually about to go live in my own page. And so very briefly, I want to tell you, okay, now what do you do with this information? How do you sell daily? Well, first of all, you're gonna want to generate leads daily. You're gonna wanna nurture those leads. You wanna position yourself as an expert, all right? And then you want something scalable, because the idea here is that you're not burning out, that you're putting yourself in a position to succeed. This way, when you speak to people, it's for confirmation and not information. You know what I mean? That when you get somebody on a Zoom, on a phone, on an email, they're not saying, well, how much is it and how many sessions and how does it work and who has it worked for and I'm not sure. What about this other guy over there? How is this different from that package? If you don't want to get in those conversations, instead of memorizing some sleazy sales script, all right, which that's not the vibe, all right? That's not what I do. It's not what I enjoy. I'd rather just be present with people than having a script memorized. What I need you to do is to build a digital asset. So you create something one time, all right? You create something one time and that's it. And after you create it, it sells for you over and over and over again. So you can do this with a webinar, a video series, blog posts, so many different ways. My favorite way is with a webinar because I have people's undivided attention. We're doing this together. We're there and I add tons of value. Whether people buy from me or not, I added tons of value in that webinar. So it's a win-win, all right? I love people where they are, and if they're not ready for the solution that I just made them aware of for their problem, I respect that. And I love them at this point in their life, and I'm not judging them for it. Why? Because I'm getting as many people as possible to watch this webinar, and a percentage of them will be ready. So let's say I create something and I promote it on Facebook, I promote it via referrals, perhaps attraction marketing works in my favor after a few years of building my brand, and I add a ton of value in my webinar. I teach, I educate, I entertain. We have fun talking about something you're really passionate about, right? And then at the end, I give them a strong call to action. Because even though I'm Cuban, even though I can talk fast, I can only say so much on a webinar. For me to really transform someone's business, we gotta get in there and work together. So the call to action is for them to take the next step. The ball's in their court. I've told them how it works, how I'm available, and if they are ready, they go to the sales page and they either buy or they apply to work with me, depending on the nature of the program. Now, this is a lot more fun when you've got lots of people going through this process, because if you've only got that one person that talked to you about your business and they don't buy from you, it's gonna be soul crushing. You're gonna feel rejected. You're gonna feel like you completely wronged society. You charged way too much. That's why they said no. It was your hair, your nails, the amount of followers you have, and you go down this deep rabbit hole about why that didn't work. Versus if, let's say, I had one webinar, for instance, I had like over 30,000 people watch it and thousands bought, but there were still thousands who rejected me. But you know what? Because it was automated, I didn't feel the rejection of the thousands. I felt the amazing transformational journey I got to go on with the thousands that did say yes. And so if you don't want to burn out, if you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, if you want to have more time and you want to have less stress, you want to have more success, you want to have more leads, and you just want to give people more of a grace period, you know, I do give a sense of urgency, and I do have real deadlines, and access to me is limited. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, but I don't have to be salesy, and I don't have to be pushy, and I don't have to use scare tactics. A lot of people who've gone through my webinars have not resulted in clients. They've resulted in speaking engagements. They have resulted in referrals. They have resulted in podcast interviews. They have resulted in collaborations. It just positions you as an expert in your industry. And if you are committed to changing lives, then this is the best strategy for you, because not only can you do that, not only will you never run out of people to talk to in your business, not only will you always have people interested in working with you, but you know what? Whether people bought from you or not, you are making a difference. And so I get super excited about this, as you can tell. I am super passionate about it because look, once you automate these sales, you can, let's say, run your ad, and if they say yes and buy, great. They get a great program, you know, and they keep getting freebies. If they say no to your offer, then guess what? They still got a great freebie, and you can follow up via email. And at a better time for them, they can buy from you. This is a lot simpler when you are not wondering where your next client is coming from, how things can get easier, how you can be more salesy, how you can slash prices. I always say do not slash prices, but you can change your payment terms. I'm okay with a better payment plan. I'm okay with some other adjustments. Absolutely. You know, I'm not about stressing other people out or putting them in a position that they're just not able to at all get any help from you. But that doesn't mean you have to slash your prices. And there are endless strategies, there's endless ways. You definitely want to keep in touch with me because I do share tons and tons of training where I can keep just sharing with you behind the scenes of what has worked, of what has allowed me to grow my business without being on social media 24/7. I love social media, it's super fun, but I also love doing charity work. I love nonprofit work. I love being involved in the church. I love, my new little projects. I'm learning how to garden, and I'm learning, different recipes, and I love spending time with my family, and the list goes on and on and on. And as you get to know me, you'll find that I unapologetically will tell you that you can have it all. And this is one of the reasons that you can have it all. You have to have a strategy to have it all. For me, having it all isn't about a warehouse full of stuff. For me, having it all is having that balance where I can be me. Different areas of my life. I love business. I love, marketing. I love all these things. But there's more to life. As much as I love it, there's more to life. And I'm so grateful that we live in the best time in history to be entrepreneurs. And I want you to take this time, and I want you to take it to the next level. I want you to take this time, and I want you to be fruitful with it, because the time is now. If you want a deep dive, you want tons of more examples, you want me to really break this down for you, I've left a free training link in the description of this video. So you just want to click on there, put your name and email, and watch it, all right? You want to watch it, you want to take notes, you want to apply what I teach on there. At the end of it, I give you more details on how you can get a free discovery session with me, how you could get a free Zoom call where, with absolutely zero strings attached, we can talk about your business and figure out if it's a good fit to work together. But first things first, all right, you need that information. You need to see if this is the best fit for you, for your lifestyle, if this is a strategy that you actually want to implement, if this is something that you're willing to do. Are you willing to create something once that helps you generate sales over and over and over again? And if so, that training is for you. I'm so glad we got to spend time together. I'm so glad that we got to do this together, because the world could not be going through more right now, all right? The planet is going through it. And all you have to do is watch the news for about 5 minutes and you will be drained, all right? There is so much to do. Or maybe it's just me as an empath. I feel things so strongly. And I have found that in addition to helping to, chipping in however I can, just being your best self, not being something else that the world has to worry about, taking care of yourself also gives you more resources to help more people. By taking care of yourself, other people don't have to use their resources on helping you. By taking care of others with what you know, you're equipping them to help people with what they know. I'm so proud of my clients. They come from so many walks of life, and I just think, my goodness, they are so good at what they do. And I'm so grateful that I stepped out of my comfort zone and I faced all my fears. And I remember that first webinar at the end of it, and I had to sell something, and I talked so fast, okay? I sounded like, I don't know if you've ever heard the end of a pharmaceutical commercial when they tell you all the side effects. They have these commercials, these pills with such happy people, and at the end they're like, may cause, and at the end, that was me at my webinar. I was talking so fast, I was so panicked, and then I ended the webinar. I just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. I like the teaching, I like the fun part, but then the selling made me feel miserable. And you know what? I still made a sale. I don't know how that person even understood me on full speed, but they bought it. And that was because you can never say the wrong thing to the right people. You can't. And if you find some haters online, you find some people criticizing you, you find some people you love and adore and respect, and somehow they're just misunderstanding you, they're disrespecting you, and you're just not understanding the lack of support. Remember what I mentioned earlier, you gotta love people where they are. And you have to remember that not everyone is going to A, want support from you, or B, be ready right when you show up. And that's okay. There's people that have been on my email list, and a few months later, then they say, hey, I'm ready now. And a couple years later, they say, hey, I'm ready now. That's okay, because I never stop helping people. You should not put your entire future in the hands of 100 Facebook friends or 200 email addresses or 500 contacts in your phone. Whatever the scenario is, You need to keep putting it out there, and that's part of our responsibility as business owners. And you were born for such a time as this. I know it might be scary. I know you might see other people and say, oh my God, they have so many followers, or they're so far ahead. Who cares? Who cares? Don't compare your chapter 1 or chapter 2 to their chapter 25 or their chapter 100. You don't know how many times they may have dropped the ball to get to where they are. Do not get in your own way, because it's not fair to the people who need what you have to offer. This is bigger than us. This is bigger than what we may think. This is bigger than our sales goal. This is bigger than analytics. People need what you have to offer. They need it now. You can't give up. You deserve to be fulfilled in what you do for a living. You deserve to have fun. You deserve to jump out of bed in the morning and laugh because you didn't even give that alarm a chance to go off. You deserve that life, and that's not something for a rom-com or a movie. A rom-com is a romantic comedy. That's not something that you just see, you know, in pretend fantasy land. This can be your life. You can have everything you've ever desired, and my favorite part about that is that it's so much easier to get by simply helping other people. Not competing, not comparing, not trying to control the narrative, not complaining, but putting yourself out there and saying yes to your success. So I'm so glad you were here. I'm so glad we could spend this time together. Check out that deep dive training I shared in the description of this video. Keep learning, keep growing. The more you learn, the more you earn. And until next time, remember, you can have it all and you can have it now. Talk soon.